want a habit, Mr. Justice? I'll show you a habit!
What does that mean? Hello, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. This is the 4th time I've done this intro, like literally 4 times in a row. Yeah, so I hope you like the new intro, I hope you like the new channel art. This is all stuff I've said 4 times before, mostly to just myself. So, why don't we just get into it, huh?
That night I planted a card just like I was supposed to.
Hold it!
This planet card! Which card was it exactly?
The trump card. The 5 of hearts.
Let me guess, Mr. Wright was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make a full house. At least that's what you're going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend.
I slid it into Mr. Wright's pocket.
When was this?
Why, before the match, of course, while he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we served borscht and suckers.
Remind me never to go there.
Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plot must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken.
Hold it!
So, everything went according to plan? One sec, I did actually turn text skip on. We can turn that off. Turn it off right there. So, everything went according to plan?
Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
There are worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search.
Hold it!
The card disappeared?
Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone, without a trace. Poof, zippo. We searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat.
But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct?
Never in my long, storied career. Never has Quick Fingers Orly been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So what did happen to that 5 of hearts?
They're getting a lot of mileage out of this "oh really" joke. Like, it's not even, there's just no shame about it. This has to be the 10th time they've made this joke so far. Like, goddamn.
Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant?
So, the 5 of hearts is still missing in action.
Hold it!
Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly, and you found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. It means he had no reason to strike the victim.
Well,
what was that just now? I sensed something.
Is something wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing, Your Honor. What do? Should I press her a little harder? Yeah! Miss Orly, you're hiding something! What are you talking about? You? Me? Quick Fingers Orly?
hide something.
The defense will restrain from baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Yeah, of course it's true. I did see it. Honest. I saw it when Mr. Wright hit him.
With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
That witness, for instance, Miss Orly, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
Touching her neck, was it? Just getting right up and close. Okay. Whoa! What's going on? This sensation. It's coming into focus. There! That twitch! It's all so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before.
Gotcha!
I absolutely love this mechanic. I feel like it should have gotten so much more attention in the upcoming games. Like, I don't know why they added the mood matrix, because they're essentially they're kind of doing the same thing, right? I mean, it's slightly different, but you're reading your witness or whoever's in the witness stand. Like, I love this mechanic anyway. You're gonna see it sort of evolve as we go on. Yeah,
Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself.
unaware of what?
Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
Huh? What? My neck? So what?
What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort.
When she says that part of her testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory, and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Perhaps you have evidence of this memory to show us.
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall that testimony, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this!
What? I'm gonna go with this. I'm guessing I was wrong.
Sorry to disappoint, but I don't have any particular memories of that.
Oh, that must not have been it.
Of course not. You want a habit, Mr. Justice? I'll show you a habit.
What does that mean? What habit are you gonna show us, Winston? What disgusting thing have you been hiding this whole time underneath that desk of yours that you're gonna break out like a bad habit? That's a line of questioning I don't want answered, actually.
I'd better get this sorted out before I develop a habit of my own. So her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I mean, I guess. She get hit in the neck? I guess.
Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? Huh? But something doesn't fit. If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
What's he talking about now?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you!
This is a cross-examination, not a crossword conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant.
Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination.
I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment!
Yet, I am knowing nothing.
We know you're not Russian.
The witness will testify, please, now.
Bah. Fine.
He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there.
Hold it!
You seem uneasy.
You try standing up here.
Her eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like?
Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at that table. Till the cops came.
Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So, what do you think about the testimony?
I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence.
What's that?
Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony.
She didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that.
Do you know it, viewer? What evidence is it? It's probably this.
This, Your Honor, is the evidence that contradicts her testimony!
Oh my god, why do I keep getting this wrong? I'm not very good at this game. I've played it so many times. I should know these things by now. We're just gonna roll with it, gang. We're gonna roll with it.
Well, Mr. Payne?
Just who would have thought that justice would be so wrong? He is the guilty one.
I mean, this isn't case 2 in Phoenix Wright, the first game. Like, you can't just accuse the lawyer and... Ay.
Gah! Me?
Mr. Justice, you might want to think about your future before doing that again.
Ouch. That one hurt. Different personality, but the same testimony.
I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. The circumstances have changed, yet her testimony has not. That means...
There's gotta be a contradiction in there!
Quite. Okay, let's go back. I'm out of my sight till the cops got there. Right, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna save it real quick, because there's no shame in saving. Yes. Yeah. Okay, right, let's press again. Let's go through, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, why am I so bad at this? I might just skip to when I get it. So, hang tight, gang, hang tight. There we go! Finally! That was a little bit embarrassing. I may have not have gone through like most of the evidence just trying to find something. Oh boy.
Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant.
Eh?
And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bow Club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely!
I say the face that she made? Terrifying. Like, genuinely terrifying.
The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant.
Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright. And he hit me. When I came to...
The victim was already dead. Is that it?
That's why. I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, where does this leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who was hit with a bottle. I'm imagining all of this.
It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I cannot blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
Mr. Gavin, sir?
I believe that, as a defense in this case,
we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big, fat liar.
What?
3 were in the room the night of the murder, the defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive.
A motive?
Her plot foiled. Ooh, that was a bad. Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder.
What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me.
What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Wright?
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder.
Right. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess.
A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder, and the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person.
Ha! This theory again. Your 4th person doesn't exist.
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal?
And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. Do you know what it is, viewer?
What?
Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about.
So sorry.
Remember what I said. The 4th person who swapped the cards made one critical error.
He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards.
Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue.
Yeah, I had that impression too, but why?
Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear!
No one's accusing you! Jesus Christ.
Who is this 4th person?
Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Maybe it's because I decided to be a defense attorney, and I'm the practicing defense attorney in this trial. They keep asking me questions like, are you gonna defend? And I'm like, why? And I'm shit. I'm the defense attorney. Oh shit.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? Do you remember, viewers, who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? It wasn't this handsome devil. Was it this guy? It was Winston Payne. He's 61? Damn. I mean, that tracks, he does look 61, but somehow I was expecting him to be like 30, but just like having aged much more rapidly than the average human being. Why doesn't the judge get his own little card? That would have been nice. Okay. I think we just have to go for it. Did you guess this?
Take that!
As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. Sweet Pea, you'll want to talk.
I was right?
Christoph Gavin, you were the 4th person that night.
But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table.
But look! You can see the cardlets in this photo!
Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, Yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their blacks, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Well, Christoph?
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph, you know I'd never take a joke this far.
This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity! The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder?
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
Huh?
There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night, before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do! Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court!
The defense would like to request no such thing.
Mr. Gavin,
Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related? Oh, Gavin.
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley...
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court.
Yet to justice, you would betray me, your teacher.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth!
Very well, the defendant. Oh, no, that's...
I decided to do an impression of Mr. Gavin. I'm just so flabbergasted.
What am I saying? I'm just gonna read the line. Maybe that's a sign it's the end of the episode. Let's read the line and then we'll see where we're at.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
Okay. Yeah, I think we are gonna leave it here. Yeah, we're gonna leave it here, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Apollo Justice. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the fun things. Are you enjoying it so far? I feel like I haven't really checked in with you guys about, like, you vibing with everything? How's my performance doing? If you have any thoughts about the game, about me, about the channel, you know, drop them in the comment section. I'll have a look. I read all the comments. There have been no comments so far, so I've had not a lot to read. But yeah, you just have a great day. Keep being gay, and thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next one.